Hey, Melissa here, just giving you all an update. A lot has transpired since the video that I even put out just Monday, 4 days ago, and just want to keep you all updated, especially on what's going on with this rocky political climate here in Colorado and the pending semi-automatic firearm bill that passed the House on Sunday and is up for Senate testimony hearing probably in the next week. And then if it passes that, then it'll go off to Senate committee as a whole, get 3 readings. If it passes all those readings, then it will go off to Governor Polis's desk to sign in to law, where it will probably be immediately met with a couple of lawsuits, definitely one from Rocky Mountain gun owners, and the second one for sure from the NSSF. So on Monday, I had said that there's going to be 5 committee members, and the flip vote would be Dylan Roberts. Generally, these bills go off to the Judiciary Committee. However, the person that was deciding which committee it was going to was the Senate Chairman Fenberg in the Senate, and he resides in Boulder, which happens to be extremely anti-gun. And he decided to put it towards the State Veterans and Military Affairs Committee. That has 3 Democrats and 2 Republicans, like the Judiciary Committee. However, the deciding vote actually would be Tom Sullivan, who unfortunately lost his son in the Aurora shooting. The chances of this passing is honestly like, your guess is as good as mine. The committee members are James Coleman, Democrat, has known to vote in favor of more gun laws. Same with Chris Hansen. And then Larry Liston and Mark Baisley are Republicans. I see them voting against this bill. And then there's Tom Sullivan, the vice chair. And yeah, he is the one who passed the red flag law, who advocated for that strongly, who advocated for the 3-day wait period here in Colorado. And so it will be interesting to see how that plays out. The date to sign up to testify has not been announced yet. When it does get announced, it will definitely make a post on the Dragon Man's page and all over so that you guys can sign up to testify. We need a lot of people to show up to show that, you know, a lot of Coloradoans are against this extremely restrictive bill. And all you have to do is, with the testifying link, just go to either in Zoom or in person, click that, and then go to hearing committee, find HB 24-1292, and then click the time, the day, and then fill in some information, and you are good to go. You might be waiting hours to testify. That's okay. If they call your name and you're not available, at least it shows that there was a lot of people sign up in opposition. What you can also do is email these 5 members along with the entire Senate, all the senators, and I will put a link to email them all at once here in this post. And then also in this video, I'll put their emails and phone numbers to where you can either call their office line or email them. Email them a very respectful, classy email, not, you know, showing any arrogance or ignorance or anything that would really make the gun community look bad. We want to show these people that we are, you know, good people, and we just want to keep our rights. And if you don't know what kind of topics to send them or email them, I mentioned a couple in my last video on Monday, but I also have a couple here. So you can talk about how if they pass this bill, it will greatly expand the black market, and it will probably even make crimes go up. How our magazine capacity ban in 2013 did nothing to stop gun violence here in Colorado. How little it will affect suicides and homicides. People are still going to find things to do and carry out those actions with. And then it will really only cause people to stock up on firearms before this passes, putting even more firearms out in circulation that will still be, you know, in the hands of people to commit these shootings, commit these crimes even after the bill is passed. And how this will more than likely get overturned in court, you know, wasting our time and effort. You can shed light on the mass stabbings going on right now in Australia. Statistical findings on how inner cities have some of the highest crime rates, but most restrictive gun laws. And then also you can talk about how the 2 topmost states with gun crimes are actually California and Illinois. And then there is Texas in there, but Texas is like as big as 4 states combined. And then it goes into New York and then a couple of other states. So it just goes to show that these laws don't greatly statistically reduce these shootings. And you can really talk about that as well. Also, a lot of these mass shootings were done with some of the firearms that would not be banned in this bill. You can talk about that as well. please be considerate, especially if you email. He did lose a life, and I completely understand that and respect that. So keep it classy. All right, I'm just going to close this off with some other bills that are making headway. So as of today, they did talk about the excise bill, firearm liability insurance, the gun permitting bill for FFLs, and then the sensitive spaces bill. The sensitive spaces bill had its second Senate reading today, and it did, yesterday, and it did pass. So it goes off to one last and final reading before it goes off to Governor Polis's desk. This is essentially banning firearms, even with concealed carry permits, on college campuses, polling places, and Capitol buildings. The other one, excise tax bill, is actually being heard as we speak. It did get reduced from 11%, additional taxes being imposed on guns and ammo. It did get down to 9%. Thankfully for this one, it will actually go onto our ballots where the state of Colorado voters get to vote on this. But it is up in its second House reading today. The firearm liability insurance was read this morning in the House on its second reading. They essentially want to require that all firearm owners have limited liability insurance. While they are not addressing, the main issues going on with crime, and don't want to even make these people selling fentanyl a felony crime, or maybe even talk about our immigrant situation here in Colorado, they were debating firearm liability insurance. And luckily, though, if you have anything like U.S. Law Shield, U.S. CCA, right to bear, most of those will cover you. Otherwise, you will have to get some sort of firearm liability insurance and show that you have a safe in your house and so forth, which I'm not against. But if you don't have it, the first offense is carried with a penalty of $500. They try to reduce that to $100 for your first offense. They shot it down and it did fail. So your first offense will be a $500 charge. That's only in the second reading in the House, though. It still has to go off to the third reading, finally the Senate, and then off to Governor Polis's desk. The gun permitting bill is on its second reading as well today, requiring that the Department of Revenue creates an entirely new department to now audit and regulate FFLs, which is already done on a federal level by ATF. They are saying that we need to educate our employees to know what to do and what not to do. Guess what? We do already understand that. We have a responsibility because if anything happens, we are held liable by ATF. So therefore, we are ensuring that our employees are educated on all of this stuff. They want to require a $400 fee, and then additionally, the fact that they can now come and audit us whenever they want. And while this doesn't address anything to reduce shootings or crime, it's literally just duplicating what ATF already does for us. And instead of actually coming and talking to the gun stores to figure out how we can work together to figure out if someone has odd behavior, who we shouldn't sell to, what we should be looking for, and actually do anything to stop an actual crime or shooting that might take place to an individual that we might sell to. This is what they wanted to debate today. What most people don't know is that $400 will create about $7,200, and they need to create an entire department. They want to eventually get 26 new people, and I think all the way up to like maybe 150 new employees somewhere in there. So it is a job creator, but it's going to take millions to create this new department, figure out the permit renewals, and regulate all of it. And guess where that money, that extra money, is going to come from? The actual taxpayer. So you guys are not aware, and you might think that, hey, it's a gun permitting FFL bill, that won't affect me. It actually does, because it trickles down to you, the taxpayer, and eventually raises taxes. All right, I think that's it for today. Keep an eye out for that link to sign up to testify against the assault weapons ban bill, and I'll make sure that you guys understand how to sign up, and then we'll see where it goes from there. See you guys.